Hello everyone, I am Mahadev Raj. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Schedule. Today I will discuss about various types of earth pressure. Okay, in this lesson we will learn what is earth pressure, different types of earth pressure, active earth pressure, passive earth pressure, earth pressure at rest, and what is coefficient of earth pressure. Okay. Now, what is earth pressure? The earth pressure, the pressure which is exerted by the soil or earth on the retaining wall is called earth pressure. We provide retaining wall to prevent soil from the sudden collapse of soil mass or landslide. Okay. A soil mass is stable when the surface of the soil mass is flatter than the safe slope. At some location where the space is limited, it is not possible to provide a flat slope and the soil is to be retained at the slope steeper than the safe one. In such cases, a retaining structure is required for lateral support to the soil mass. The soil masses are either vertical or nearly vertical behind the retaining structure. Thus, a retaining wall maintains the soil at different elevation on either side. The design of retaining wall structure requires the determination of the magnitude and linear action of the lateral earth pressure. Okay, basically the earth pressure is exerted by soil or earth on the retaining structure. Okay. Now, different types of earth pressure. Basically, lateral earth pressure is theta. One is active earth pressure and another is passive earth pressure and third one is earth pressure at rest. Now, what is active earth pressure? When the wall moves away from the backfill, when the retaining structure moves away from the backfill, there is decrease in the pressure on the wall, and this decrease continues until a minimum value is reached, after which there is no reduction in the pressure. Okay, and this kind of pressure is known as active earth pressure. Okay, suppose this is a retaining structure and this is backfill. This backfill, the earth pressure is generated by the backfill. This earth pressure is called as the active earth pressure. And due to active earth pressure, the retaining structure is moved away from the backfill. Okay. Now next one is passive earth pressure. When the wall moves towards the backfill. Okay. This is actually opposite in compared to the active earth pressure. Okay. And there is increase in the pressure on the wall. And this increase continues until a maximum value is reached, after which there is no increase in the pressure and the value becomes constant. This kind of pressure is known as the passive earth pressure. Same thing, this is a retaining wall, this is backfill, and this side is the active earth pressure generated by the backfill, and this side is the passive earth pressure. Okay, and due to passive earth pressure, the retaining structure is moved towards the backfill. Okay. Now, the most important is earth pressure at rest. When the wall is at rest, okay, there is no movement towards backfill or away from the backfill, no movement, and the material is in its natural state. Then the pressure applied by the material is known as the earth pressure at rest. And the earth pressure at rest is represented by the P naught. Okay. Now, what is coefficient of earth pressure? What is coefficient of the active earth pressure? It is the ratio of the horizontal and vertical principal effective stresses. Horizontal principal effective stresses and the vertical principal effective stresses. The ratio. Okay. And Ka is equal to 1 minus sin phi divided by the 1 plus sin phi is equal to tan square 45 minus 5 by 5. Now phi is equal to internal resistance of the soil material. Phi is basically a property of the soil. Okay, and coefficient of the passive earth pressure is 1 plus sin phi divided by the 1 minus sin phi. So tan square is equal to tan square 45 plus 5 by 2. Now, what earth pressure at rest? When the retaining wall is at rest, at that time the ratio between lateral earth pressure means horizontal earth pressure or horizontal principal effective stresses divided by the vertical principal effective stresses or vertical pressure is called the coefficient of earth pressure at rest, and K0 is equal to 1 minus sin phi. Okay, thank you very much.